for Recreated WrestleMania 15. Of course, before we begin, a few facts. The event took place on March 29th, 1999 at the First Union Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Attendance was 20,276. 42 wrestlers wrestled at this event, but only 25 were on the actual pay-per-view. I will not be counting the pre-show Battle Royal. Again, it didn't technically take place on the pay-per-view. It happened at the same venue, but again, I'm not counting Sunday Night Heat. Now, of course, I'll only be reviewing reviewing matches that made TV, i.e., why there's only 25 wrestlers at the event. At the end, we're going to run the numbers and see. Also, today, since it is the 15th WrestleMania, at the very end, we will have custom figure appreciation. And I got to tell you, this one's a doozy. When you see it, mad props to the person who made it. I'll give credit to that and whatnot. You get a chance to see it. And money well spent. I'll say that. Kicking off the show for the match one was the Hardcore Championship. It was Mr. Ass Billy Gunn versus Al Snow versus Hardcore Holly. And as you can see here, I pretty much found the appropriate tires for every single individual. Of course, you know, Billy's kick pad, knee pad issue has been happening since they first shown a Elite Billy Gunn. The only one that kind of is proper, I would say, would be his basic 2-pack with the Road Dog. The way they found a way to make the boots higher and make it, you know, sit lower. He's got Johnny Gargano syndrome, is what we'll call it. But they fixed Johnny Gargano syndrome. They haven't done it for Karrion Kross yet. They might do it for the new one coming out. But as far as Billy, we know the new one coming out in the Legends line, still the same problem. Al Snow, you know, I think it's bluish outline with white. This is only white and black. That could be just the fact they couldn't afford it. But as you can see, you can pretty much recreate it. Obviously, three very vast different styles. Hardcore Holly never got Mattel, neither did Al Snow. So if you wanted to kind of make it more equal, you'd have to get a Billy Gunn that wouldn't match. But as far as accurate attire, this is how it would be the closest. Then on to match two, Jeff Jarrett and Owen Hart versus D'Lo Brown and Test. Owen, that's pretty much his attire, spot on. D'Lo, that's not his attire. He never got his singles run attire. Even when they do make elite version of D'Lo, it was in the Nation only. And people say, well, it's more iconic for his Nation look. I feel like sometimes, you know, his peak of his career was as he was Intercontinental and European champion at the same time. Why not that look? Or why not his blue D'Lo type situation? Hopefully one day we will get that. Maybe I'll have to have it custom made, as I like that look better than his early Nation look. Test was, I think, wearing pants at the time. You can kind of see the photo. Wasn't too many photos I could find during this to show that, but it's Jeff Jarrett nonetheless. That makes it inaccurate. It's a white outline, looks like silver. This one's silver with looks like a black outline, so it's not accurate in the slightest. And again, D'Lo, of course, is not accurate either, so that's why it's not accurate. Now, next match is the first one to the Void. There is no Butterbean figure. Now, some say, well, he's a boxer. That's not really fair. You shouldn't count as a wrestler. Well, it took place at WrestleMania. I counted Mr. T in WrestleMania 1. So it was officially a match, a sanctioned boxing match by WWE. And yeah, I figured maybe there'd be a Butterbean statue figure out there. But to my knowledge, from when I looked around, I couldn't find anything. So currently he has nothing. Then we got the fourth match. And I know you're looking at the Mankind as a referee shirt, or he has a referee stripes, which is not accurate. What's interesting is that it's got the WrestleMania 16 colors and the TTL, the Titantron Live Edition figure. But these were always come out before the WrestleMania, and they were pretty much based on the last WrestleMania. But for the most part, except for the little stripes and whatnot, I'm sure you can find a Mankind easily. The Mattel has a plain white one with black pants. Big Show, I kind of just went with the same theme, which again these were kind of based on their lead up to the WrestleMania, the new WrestleMania from the past WrestleMania kind of situation. But I'm gonna say it's accurate. Then the fifth match of WrestleMania 15, Jesse James, Val Venus, Goldust, Ken Shamrock. Obviously, they didn't make gloved hands for the Baka figures of Ken Shamrock, so it's not 100% accurate, but that's only one part missing from his attire. Val is pretty much spot on. Road Dogg's pretty spot on. As you can see, he's got the right wrist tape. Of course, it's not flawless because this is back in the bone-crushing action days, which these are action figures. That's all we cared about. And Goldust, from the looks of it, it's very accurate again. Hard to tell from that pinning position. I know there's something writing on the back of his keister there. It's pretty accurate. Goldust figures, I'm going to say, are pretty accurate. Especially this one is pretty close to what I think he wrestled in during that time. Then this match, this is very accurate. Kane did not change his look for the longest time when he first debuted. So really, I know I'm using the same Ultimate Kane coming out, but it's accurate. It's the same thing. Gauntlets there, gloves there. Triple H, this is pretty much the attire from WrestleMania 15. It might be a little on the darker, grayer side than what it should be in the actual match. But from what I've seen, this is as close as we're going to get right now. Then to match 7, Tori versus Sable for the women's title. And as you can see, you can recreate it, but it's not accurate. The only Tori figure that came out was this one from her DX time. And Sable, the only kind of wrestling attire she had was this Jack's bone-crushing action. Neither person has been attacked by Mattel at all, so it's all Jax on this one. Then the WrestleMania 15 match 8, and I thought about using the Elite X-Pac 33, but it's not quite accurate. This one's actually a little more accurate. Yes, the decal on the chest is a lot bigger in the actual match, but again, I chalked that up to maybe they didn't have the money to put a big enough logo back then. This is the color scheme's there, the design's there. It may not be accurate in size. Of course, none of the figures were scaled back then. X-Pac was as tall as Kane. But yeah, you've got Shane McMahon here from his WrestleMania 15 with X-Punk over the shirt. So that's accurate. This is very accurate. Then the streak continues. Yes, it does, and it's accurate. You got Big Boss Man. I know this one's becoming harder and harder to find. However, they're going to be releasing 2 new Big Boss Mans coming up very soon. One is WWF Old School in blue, and the other one's a Chase. It says in black. Now, I don't know if that means there's going to be like a black promotional picture, or there's going to do the Attitude figure with double jointed arms. So that way, you're getting updated figures. Obviously, we're leaning more towards Ultimates every day. And with the new double jointed arms, everyone's very happy with that. You can do more different poses. This Undertaker, very hard to find. It is exclusive. I think it was a Comic-Con exclusive. They did reprint it later on in a Defining Moments case as well. But this is pretty much his WrestleMania 15 match. And of course, for this to even be accurate, you have to have the Hell in the Cell, which they run about $300, $500, sometimes $1,000, depending if it's mock, brand new. There's a smaller version of it, and there's that really big version, and then there's a clamoring. There's also a Mattel version. It's smaller, great for basics, really not for the elite necessarily, because you have to put in the smaller ring. There's always clamoring for Mattel creations. Since we just funded the new gen ring with all that extra stuff, can we maybe get a Hell in the Cell and some Attitude Ring skirts in the next creation? Can we maybe fund that with some new wrestlers? I feel like if they put 1 or 2 figures and they put playsets like Elimination Chamber or Hell in the Cell, you might easily, get that. I mean, I know that obviously it's a little more pricier, but $250 wasn't nothing. I mean, Galactus, in comparison, just got funded at like $400 a pop, and they need like 14,000 backers. So hopefully we're going to start seeing that kind of stuff. I mean, I know I'm invested into it. I got credit cards set aside to make my purchase on it if I need to. but we'll see how things go. Now on to the final match, the main event, and it is accurate. You can get Stone Cold, any type of Stone Cold, whether it's throw one knee brace on, take one knee brace off. Of course, he didn't have a vest. He had forgotten his vest at the hotel room, as the story goes. So, I guess you need the shirt for the entrance, but I'm talking about just the actual match. He didn't wrestle in the shirt. He just took it off after he beat up Rock a little bit. Then you have the basic WrestleMania Heritage type series, which is Rock from WrestleMania 15. You can see there's a little blue outline on the back of the trunks there. Rock figures are always spot on. I know that you can see the cut lines, or he's not ripped like normally, like a lot of Rocks are getting nowadays. Apparently, he's in his contract. He can't have a flabbier looking torso anymore. He has to be ripped the whole time. So this is pretty rare to see this kind of one nowadays, because they don't do these kind of Rocks anymore. But yeah, it is accurate. They did fight for the blackstrap, World WWF Championship. It wasn't blue anymore at this point, I don't believe. And then of course Austin would win, and he'd go and get his Smoking Skull belt at some point again down the road. But now, the custom figure appreciation is Double J Jeff Jarrett. And if you look at this thing, it just arrived in the mail the other day. These were photos that they sent me after they were done showing it, and I mean, once I got the figure in hand, I looked it over. No smudges. Everything is clean. The color is exactly what I wanted. I wanted light blue. It's my favorite color with silver. I know people go with red or yellow. I don't know. I want the light blue. I just felt like it was really cool. The silver boots. Just an epic figure. And of course, it's playable. Now, yeah, it was made by Rough Figures. It did run me $135. So I don't buy, customs every day, but I heard a while back we were getting an Ultimate Jeff Jarrett, and we probably New Gen. Then that turned out to be not true, or deal fell through, or something, or maybe there's going to be, I don't know. But I know he has a Zombie Sailor toy retro figure, which, cool for those who collect that stuff. But I still from time to time like to put on pay-per-views and whatnot, and I was like, I have little brands here and there when I'm bored. Gotta do stuff besides just work all the time. So anyway, but it's just a great figure. Again, find him on eBay. Find him on, email me in the comments, or leave a comment asking about it. I'll send you the link to him. Does great work. He's got, I've got another figure from him that I'll be showing in about 5 recreate videos. It is a great figure. It's heightened well. It looks like Jeff Jarrett. The colors there, like I said, I've already, did a little impromptu match just kind of see how the joints were. No, no chipping, no bleeding, no cracking, no wobbliness. It's flawless. A little more on the pricier side. It's not for everybody. These are custom figure appreciations, and of course, it looks great on a shelf. It pops the colors. So very happy with it. So much so that I've actually started to try to inquire about him building people that never got figures. Like I showed you, Sean O'Hare never got a figure. I've got a few other people that are on the list, like Nathan Jones, Bill DeMott, stuff like that. Just because I want to see, how good he is with not just using pre-existing people like D'Lo and just doing a skin color change or something. Sorry, not skin color, an attire change. Like I was talking about earlier, taking Nation of Domination D'Lo and turning it into singles run D'Lo. Keeping the head, of course, but he actually, sculpts and paints and matches the colors. I think he has a buddy, I think he works with the heads and whatnot. But just a great figure. And again, if you want to see your work on this, I'm hoping to get more subscribers. I'm going to get more followers. I'm hoping this picks up a little bit. Not to Mr. Beast levels or anything like that. But just, the wrestling figure community. Feel free to, in the comments, try to get a hold of me. And then, I'll give you my email link. You can send me the photos, whatever it is. If you're selling people you think I might be interested in, I'm not planning to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars, but occasionally I will. If I find somebody I'm like, ooh, like a canyon looks cool, I might snag it. Now let's get to the stats. Now the stats are, you could not recreate this WrestleMania, as we're missing one wrestler, Butterbean. Now, but he's not a wrestler, he's a boxer. He was booked in the match. Bart Gunn was booked in the match. So technically he, for this show, should have been in the card. So I guess if you scrub the boxing match, then yeah, you can recreate it. But for the actual recreation's sake, we're missing Butterbean. So can we recreate it? Well, 90%. We're getting close. And of course, if you want the most able ability to recreate it, you're going to want to go Jakks figures. They got 23 figures at 92%. Some Mattel are out there that Jakks didn't make, but mostly it's all Jakks. You're going to need 23 figures from Jakks. Mattel only has 15 of the figures. How accurate is it? It's 70% accurate. We're 30% off. We are missing Butterbean, obviously, so matches in the void. And then Jeff Jarrett's not accurate. And a couple other people aren't accurate. And so it's unfortunate. And of course, as you saw, it's not uniform. You're not going to have all Mattel Elites recreate this or basics. It's literally going to be, you know, Hasbro, Bone Crushing, Titantron Live, Elite, Basic. It's all over the board. But that wraps it up. I want to thank you for watching. Remember to ring the bell, subscribe, please, if you will. Check back soon. We got the WrestleMania 16 edition. I know WrestleMania 2000, but technically it's the recreated WrestleMania 16 edition. Feel free to leave a comment suggestion. As always, all images are used for attire accuracy and all rights reserved. And look forward to seeing you at WrestleMania 16. And remember, by WrestleMania 20, we got another custom figure coming out. So, till next time.